From the streets of Cincinnati, welcome to the jungle! Let's go. Stripes, 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 yeah, stripes, 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 orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in stripes. Cincinnati, we gon' rise in in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every game day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers strike the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who day? Time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Who day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the pounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move crossing on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, bingo bottle, never stopping till the beast of beast and know who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move on? Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. As always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Bengals. And if you're with us when we were 3-1, you better be with us when we're 3-2. All I'm saying. Now, do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm up to 1,391 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, if you're watching on Twitter or Facebook, do me a favor, and you haven't yet to subscribe to my channel, please go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription bell. Hit the button for the notifications, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. And always in the YouTube chat, we're doing Super Chat, so if you guys like to support what I'm doing, give me a Super Chat. I greatly appreciate it. Now, I'm being brought to you live in the Ice Cave from T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, I want to make a statement here. I already seen some of the stuff in the comments, and it's one loss, people. It's one loss. Relax. We don't need to fire Zach Taylor yet. Calm down. Take a deep breath. It'll be okay. The Packers are pretty good. If we kick a field goal, we win the game. Just saying. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's bring on my buddy Cap.
What's up? I'm ready for violence, man.
Well, yeah, we already got some stuff going on in the chat here. I got to bring up the first one. Hang on. Oh yeah, Paul. Taylor blew the game, getting conservative at the end of the game again. I got a question. did Evan McPherson have a chance to win the game twice? Didn't he? I'm just kidding. Didn't he miss two field goals? Okay, just saying. I'm not sure how that is Zach's fault. Just saying.
And you know what? We'll get it started. We'll just address comments. That's fine. We'll kick it off. I do not agree. I respect everyone to have that kind of opinion, but the killer for me is 99% of the people with that opinion say it's on him or it's play calling, and that's where it stops. How? What specific play call? What on defense? What gap fit? Offensive line? Do you want them to switch from the blocking scheme that they had? Like, let's get into the nitty gritty. If we want to be a coach, let's be a coach and nail exactly what you would have called, what play from what team that they called at what point in time that would have worked better. Because I get it. Fans are frustrated when we're not just absolutely lighting up the scoreboard, because we forget, we think our guys are the best ever. We freak out over who's going on a practice squad every year because heaven forbid they're all going to get poached. All of them. Because we've got the best. I love the Bengals. I am a die-hard. But we do not have the best. That 2015 team, top to bottom, I'm saying it was loaded with more talent. We do not have the best. Sometimes we're overachieving. Sometimes we're underachieving. But we are young putting these pieces together. We're not there yet. That 2015 team had a lot of pieces who'd been playing for a while, with Hugh Jackson, second year as the OC. And the biggest difference wasn't, to me, the talent. It was the fact that everybody knew exactly where they needed to be. The routes were perfect. Marvin Jones, super underrated route runner, because the man was a technician on the field. And Tyler Boyd said it. He said, you know what? Third downs are killing us. Route depth, wide receiver responsibility, killing us. And I said it defending Andy back in the day, and I'll defend Burrow with that. He needs either enough time to throw or receivers that are getting open. If he doesn't have either.
I think it's interesting. One big problem I do have, and I'm not saying I'm not blaming anybody, is they didn't use Tyler Boyd. I don't know if they just zeroed him out or what was that.
Don't say they, though. Burrow.
Yeah.
If Burrow wants to throw the ball to Tyler Boyd, Burrow will throw the ball to Tyler Boyd. There's nothing in the game plan that says, hey, let's ignore Tyler Boyd. That'll really get him. And I know you're not thinking that.
No. I'm just saying he wasn't.
In the comments on Twitter.
Yeah.
Now, listen, all of you following me, I'm biased, but I don't see the stupidity. But when I see a really just comment that I'm like, oh my God, what? I click, nope, they're not following me. Hey, I'm not saying it's a coincidence, but people to deal with me and to deal with the positivity, I understand you've got to know a little bit about football to be able, I don't want to say keep up, but to understand where I might be coming from. So I appreciate everybody. Jeff, I've seen you get into some good conversations. So I'm sure you agree with the same thing with your people. Absolutely. We have great conversations in here. I love coming on. It's not you. You're okay. But all the people commenting, I love that. I love coming on here for that.
Well, let's get to some of the comments here. I got a super chat here for Dustin Crawford. The O-line is still holding this offense back like we all probably thought they would, missing many plays downfield because of protection problems.
We are, Andrew tweeted out, Pro Football Focus, we are 13th in offensive line grade rank. 13th.
Right.
And people are complaining that PFF grades are too low.
Well, they're actually pretty good this week.
Yeah. So when you look at other metrics, the pass block win rate is a different metric. And we're top 10, I believe. So I disagree. The offensive line still needs to improve. I think the communication, the feel between Burrow and his offensive line still needs to improve. The one play when was it before they kicked? I tweeted about it. Burrow got sacked. He got
Yeah.
taken down by the jersey,
Mhm.
from behind. He had plenty of time, and if he would have stepped up in a different direction, he would have avoided that sack. He literally, it was grabbing him barely.
Mhm. Right.
He could have avoided that sack. Now, I'm not saying that's on him because the pressure came, but
And the thing is,
and
we still have to remember Burrow's a second-year NFL
yeah,
quarterback. We
he
still have to
hasn't
remember that.
completed his
Right.
first year.
Right. I know.
What is it? Next game is 16?
I think so,
16
yeah.
games? It's like
I want to check back here to some more Paul's comments because he came back with some stuff. He said, sorry, they could have gotten closer. You're wrong. And then he came back with this one. It was 4th and inches. Burrow could have fell down for the first down, then run a few times or pass to get closer than 49-yard kick. Also, the team is better than 15 teams. You're wrong, young fellas. Well, the thing is, look, we have one of the best young kickers in all of football. He hits 60-yard field goals. So, yes, they are a little overconfident with him. But he's made how many of these? I mean, so, yeah, maybe we could have got closer, but I'll take Evan McPherson making those long kicks all day, every day.
And 49 isn't long.
No, and look at the Packers. The guy missed an extra point. The guy missed 4 freaking field goals. Okay? And he hadn't missed any in 26 tries or something like that. So I mean, we lost. All right. We lost. It sucks. We're going to get better. We're a young team. Green Bay is a good team. Okay. The thing that cracked me up is, I don't know if you know, there was a million, which I know you know this. There's a million Packer fans there. Yeah. Those Packer fans were dancing and jumping around like they had won a freaking playoff game against us lowly Bengals. Okay.
They were
scared to death to lose the game. So
they were more excited.
Play good.
They were more excited to win that game in Cincinnati than those fans were when we went to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you all from Green Bay or are you like new Packer fans?
Like, dude, I had one guy, I was walking out. He's like staring, go Pack, go Pack, go. I'm like, you do realize your kicker missed 4 field goals and you barely won, right? I mean, I don't know if I'd be that excited of her. You guys are supposed to be way better than us. So,
now I want to remind, hey, you know what, Jeff? Feel free to put out a poll on whether people think that this team is better than the 2015 team that had Whitworth anchoring the offensive line, that had a vet Andy who was in the running for MVP, who had AJ Green at the top of his game, Mohamed Sanu, Marvin Jones. I mean, the team was loaded on offense, but it was also loaded with stars on defense. That 2015 team is better than this team right now.
I got to get this. Paul's saying, I love McPherson, but they could have made this a chip shot. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
So,
okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Paul, go. Look at me. Did you see the Packers kicker? He missed an extra point.
But
sometimes they miss stuff. Go ahead.
All-knowing Matt LaFleur.
Yes.
Then turned around after we missed 49-yarder, let his kicker kick a 49-yarder.
Right.
He trusted him to do the same thing. Now, why didn't he go for it?
Right.
Why didn't he go for it on?
Yes.
No, he let him kick it because he knew.
Cap, this is what drives me nuts. If Evan would have made one of those kicks, nobody would be saying anything. They'd be, oh my God, what a great game. Did you see the defense? They sacked Aaron Rodgers. Did you see what they did? The offense looked great. They would have been, they'd be saying that. Now it's like, oh, this is one thing.
I'm going to cheat, but Anthony Long just said, and I agree. I've never heard all the announcers talk about us like they are now, and that's exciting.
Right.
Everyone wants to.
Yes.
We are the worst. We are the hardest on each other and our team. It's almost sometimes.
That's when that drives me nuts about Cincinnati fans. They're so waffly. As soon as something goes wrong, oh my God, we got to fire the coach. This is terrible. We should have done this. People, it's the Green Bay Packers. They were in the NFC Championship game last year. Aaron Rodgers is pretty damn good. We played with them. Be happy.
And plus, back to the earlier comment, Burrow could have fallen forward for 1 yard, like earlier when they punted, because Burrow tried to fall forward on 3rd and 1 at our 17, and he didn't get it.
Right.
They already missed a 3rd and 1 with
Now-
Burrow. There's no guarantee, and a 49-yarder for McPherson is a chip shot. I would have worried with Randy because he didn't have the leg. You know, he would always have to put everything he had into the longer kicks because he didn't have the leg.
Right.
McPherson was people.
Oh, he's drilling them.
I was there. McPherson was drilling these field
66.
goals from 57, 58, 59 yards in warm-ups.
Killing them. Aqua the Great says, what would we be saying if Zach went for it and didn't get it? You drafted a kicker. McPherson could have made it. Why
You know
would
how much
risk that? Go ahead, Cap.
you know how much I
Exactly.
heard pre-game? Man, how cool would it be if McPherson won another game winner? Oh my God.
Right. I mean, dude, honestly, I have it on the video blog I did today. I thought he made it. I was in the end zone toward us. I thought he made it. I mean, he thought he made it. You know, I mean, two of them, it wasn't like he shanked them. He barely freaking missed both of them.
And he had plenty.
That much.
They'd have been good from 62.
Right.
You know, it just barely.
Now, one thing, I like this. Okay, Anthony Long here says, with the networks talking about us, and they are talking about the game against Baltimore. Ready. Yeah, exactly. And I tweeted this out. I listened to NFL radio a lot, and Torrey Smith was on Moving to Change today, and he came out and said, I think the Bengals are a playoff team. I said, and I just ended it. I said, national narrative changed. It is. So Bengals fans, relax. One game. We're still 3-2. I mean, you win next week, we're 4-2. I mean, they roll into Baltimore. Who knows what happens? We'll see.
Hey, I got in a debate with somebody last night, and he said, you know, I just haven't seen any change with Zach. You know, there's no difference. And here we are. We just rattled off a couple of examples of how national talking heads, media experts, NFL people are taking us differently. They're taking us seriously.
Right.
That is a change. Thank you, Zach.
Exactly. Paul says, I'm not waffling. I never said a damn thing about firing anyone. I wasn't necessarily saying you, Paul. I just said in general, I've heard that. 3rd and 1 and 3rd and inches is different.
Hey, okay. Burrow didn't gain an inch on that 3rd and 1.
Right. So
there we go.
I mean, your argument, I get it, but if he makes the field goal like we all expected him to, you wouldn't be arguing this.
49 yards.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That's, anyway, let's see here. I always mess this name up.
Juwan.
Juwan. Okay. Juwan. I'm very excited about this team, period. I'm excited to play the Chiefs, Ravens, Chargers, and Browns. Absolutely. I mean, look, the Bills beat the Chiefs last night. So, I mean, dude, this division, I mean, now the Chargers are pretty legit. I will give them credit. They look pretty good. But look, I guess, like I keep saying, we're a young team. We're coming together. We're getting there. You know, and the thing is, like Cap, like I said this, I think earlier when we first started, you first started coming on with me. I said, Joe Burrow never made that leap. You know, like we expected the first year him to start off good. And then by the end of the season, like really be cooking. Well, he never got to that point because he got injured. So that's where we're at. He's trying to jump over that part, you know, and this team is trying to jump over that part. And that makes sense to me. And people say, oh, you got to win these games. Okay. What would people say if we went into Pittsburgh and lost? Oh, you got to win that game. They did. What about the close games when they beat Minnesota? They did. What about coming back from 14 points down against Jacksonville? Oh, my bad. They did. You know, so, I mean, yes, they lost this game. They were in position to win it. Now, one thing I want to bring up, and I don't know how you feel about this, Cap. I haven't got to talk to you about this, but the tripping call on DJ Reader. I don't know if I think it was in the 3rd quarter. I think it led to that drive led to the tying score. I think that was a ridiculous call. I'm not blaming the loss on the call. But
I will.
It was horrible.
Sucked.
It was horrible. He pulled DJ Reader straight to the ground, and DJ Reader gets called for tripping. Well, of course he's tripping because he's getting his head dragged to the ground and his legs are flailing up. I mean, that was an absolute horrible call. Now, if you go look at it this way, They don't make that call. I think I'm pretty sure that was a third down. I think we stopped them on that. They don't score. They don't tie the game. We don't go to overtime. So you can keep going back and back. What if this? What if that? What if this? It's football, man. We were in the game with the Packers. That's
somebody can comment when that was. I'm gonna look at the film.
I know the second half. I want to say fourth quarter, or it was at least third quarter. Because I remember I kind of like put a pin in that in my head. I'm like, oh my God. Let's see here. Let's go with Jack here. I think Jack is he's my local Raven fan here. Having a guy make field goals is so crucial, absolutely, which makes it all more sweeter. Is that my kicker, Justin Tucker, is one of the best. Yeah. Shut up.
He's right though.
He's right though. No, he is. He's right. Justin Tucker's a
seriously,
badass.
what I get it. You know, some of the analytics, some of the rule changes, I'm deep in analytics, and there's a lot of data analysis that I do in my career. So there's a lot that I don't do for football. But I have the knowledge. I have the programming knowledge to do some of this stuff. I've dabbled a little bit. I am not a fan of, okay, let's get rid of kickoffs and let's get rid of field goals. Like, some people are going way too overboard and maybe don't understand. No one does this stuff 100% of the time. All this stuff talking about like, oh yeah, don't ever run on second long. No team never runs on second long. You know, there will always be. You just don't want to be at the very bottom of that list. Mm-hmm. And we're more and more we're doing better.
Robert says he said it was the fourth quarter and we did stop them. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the DJ Reader tripping penalty. And I was so upset by that one. That because I'm like, you can't make that call. That was an absolute horrible call. Because you watch it on the replay, and DJ Reader, he's basically got his hands up, and the guy's dragging him to the ground.
Oh, they got a field goal on that.
Okay,
that was 11-yard penalty.
That was a third down play, wasn't it?
3rd and 1.
Yeah, and we stopped them on that play, and so it did. Right there. You don't get a field goal, we win the game. But like I said, it's always comes down to a couple of different plays here and there. And the thing is, I had a comment in here somewhere. Where was that at? Here, Quill. Here, I'll go with this one. People saw the Bengals. We were quite literally inches away from winning twice. I added the twice part, but yes, we were. Okay, Ken says, we as fans have to see these guys on this team and are going to be not good, but real good. Oh, he's saying this team's going to be really good. I agree with him on that. All right, Coleman friend says, I agree. We're a playoff team. I agree. We will win in the playoffs, but it's about learning experiences for Joe. That's important. And what he takes away from this will come in handy later. Yes, I agree with it. And the thing is, also, we got to remember that Joe also went to the hospital after the game, which I didn't even know anything was wrong. He had a throat contusion, and according to Zach Taylor, he should be fine. But I don't know if you know this, Cap. We might have Deontay Smith starting at guard next week because Jackson Carman and Samar J. Piron are both on the COVID-19 reserve list. So that will be interesting to see how good Deontay Smith does.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Depending on how good he does, that might end up meaning that he's a possibility at replacement at center if Trey is struggling at all.
Right. Okay. Aquila says the refs called that tripping, but when Wilson had a free shot at Rodgers and the O-lineman grabbed him and blatantly held him, they kept the flag in their pocket. I haven't got a chance to rewatch the game, to be honest. I've been busy all day with other things, so
rewatching that Reader penalty, that's absolute horse hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Because the dude pulls him down.
Yep.
Which I'm surprised because he was on his back pushing him down. I'm surprised that wasn't a penalty itself.
Exactly.
That's the only reason his legs go up.
Right.
He took his legs out from under him.
Right. I saw it on the replay and I'm screaming at him like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, and the dumb thing is I don't like having to replay everything But that's something like you're an idiot. I'm throwing an idiot flag. That was a horrible call. You should go look at it again.
Yeah.
All right. Matt says, what do you think about Taylor's play calling? Do you want him to let Burrow throw more or wait till the O-line is more solid? What do you think about that, Cap?
Well, Burrow threw one less time than Rodgers did?
Yeah, he had, let's see here. He was 26 of 38 for 281 yards, 7.4 yards per attempt, 2 TDs and 2 INTs. And then they had a 70-yard bomb to Jamar.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, hey, I don't mind throwing. Now, when we were throwing even more last year, fans were losing their mind. Oh, we're throwing the ball too much. It's like people make up your mind. And when I say people, 99% of you're not the ones flip-flopping back and forth and just complaining to complain. It's that 1% that probably is not listening to the show, probably does not follow me.
Probably don't like me either.
It's driving me nuts. Like I tend to take a step back. I remember everything. It's a curse. So all the comments, all the hype, all the up and down, all the panic that ended up not being panic, and then panic again, and then this roller coaster of being a Cincinnati Bengals fan over. I'm like, I can't decide what is right because everyone is complaining about everything.
Right.
I don't have an enormous issue with play calling. I twitch when I see second long runs. I don't want to be a leader in second long runs. I don't want to see the team up there in those. I would love to just let her rip with Burrow, but yesterday's game, I was screaming. So the Jamar Chase touchdown, I thought he had him earlier. Like I was jumping up and down screaming.
Right.
And then Burrow bought himself some time. I think that was completely backyard. I think Jamar saw that.
Jamar later on called it a scramble drill.
Awesome. I missed that part. Exactly. Because that's where that chemistry between the two of them, he knew where he needed to get to, and voila.
Yeah.
So many times Burrow maybe could have bought himself some more time, and he didn't, but he did on that one. That's what we see. And that's why we drafted Burrow number 1. That's why we drafted Chase number 5. Exactly. I would love to see that all the time, but there were a couple of times.
Burrow Chase is going to be like Rodgers Adams. It's going to be there. That's what's coming. David here says, I have a little disagreement with this. That's why I have it up here. The Bengals still have not learned how to close out close games. Okay, David, do you remember the first game of the season? They came back and won. That was a close game. Do you remember the Jacksonville Jaguars game a week ago? That was a close game. They came back and closed it out. You're not okay. No matter how good you are, you're not going to close out and win every single close game. It's just not. It's the NFL. It's not going to happen. Okay. All right. Let's finish. Ultimately, interceptions, defensive lapses, like the great Lawrence Taylor once said, "Son, you got to do better than this." I agree. They got to do better. They got to play better. But like I said, I keep going back to the fact that, and I love Evan McPherson. I love him. I think he's going to be one of the best kickers in football. If he makes one of the field goals, we win. And none of you all have any of this to say. So like, just pretend that Evan made the field goal and then watch the game and then tell me what you think. You know.
And I loved more fans than I have ever seen stayed to the end.
Yes.
They were applauding the team and Zach off the field after booing the officials, which I
all booing like crazy. I'm like, you guys sucked.
And when Evan came through, he was smiling. There was a chant for Evan.
Yes.
So it's like, you know what? We as fans could talk about you got to hit those kicks. But there's all love there.
Yes.
It's all good. I'm not mad at the guy. I'm not mad at Burrow. I'm not mad at any. Hey, we lost a tough game.
Yeah.
We're going to learn from it. We're going to get better. I know Burrow's not going to throw those picks like that in every game, if ever again. I know Higgins is going to clean up the drops. I know Evan's going to make those. 49 yards going to be a chip shot for him. I bet he doesn't miss another kick all year. Darren Simmons is going to work with him and make sure whatever he was doing, whatever was wrong with that golf swing, he's going to correct.
Exactly. All right. A quote great here says, "People have to realize that Joe Burrow is a young gunslinger. Him making mistakes is just a part of the process." Exactly. And the one he threw in overtime, I did watch a replay of that, and he did the same thing he did in Chicago. He led the linebacker with his eyes right to it. Now he made the same mistake twice, but again, it's his second year. No matter how talented he is, he's going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. The thing is, eventually, he's not going to, and nobody's going to be able to stop him.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I know that there's not an enormous problem with Zach. I know that. So I'm okay with Burr. The only time that I hate the turnovers is because I know here we go again. Twitter's going to be a mess, and everybody's going to call for Zach's head, and they're going to talk about stuff that they don't really know. And
I've heard more of people talking about, well, some people say fire him, but they always say that, of mostly of him taking the play calls away from him. But I don't think that's going to happen. And everybody's like, give it to Brian Callahan. I'm like, okay. And this will be my argument to that. Okay. Then it's kind of like when we had Andy Dalton as a quarterback. Everybody said, we got to get a better quarterback. I'm like, okay. Who are you going to get? Okay. Well, give it to Brian Callahan. Why do you think Brian Callahan's going to be better than Zach? Has Brian Callahan ever called plays? Has he ever done it? Does anybody know that? I mean, I don't know that for sure. I don't. I think this is the first time he's been an offensive coordinator.
But again, let's say I almost guarantee Brian will call the game the same way. People are complaining about. So I've seen the punting in Green Bay territory, but Zach talked about flipping the field, and it worked. The 2 times that we punted, they weren't perfectly executed punts. We could have had even more yards, but the Packers on those 2 punts where we punted to them in their territory, they scored a total of 3 points. We, on the next possession, scored 14.
Yep. Like Gillo here says, the Bengals did close out this game. They were down 8. We just didn't win. Exactly. That's the thing. I was like, they did. Like, dude, Cap, I keep saying the same thing. If Evan makes one of those field goals, nobody's complaining. Yeah. Everybody's excited. We're 4 and we'd be 4-2 or 4-1. Sorry, we'd be 4-1. Everybody be ecstatic. This is why I've stayed off Twitter today.
Yeah.
John Hinkle, this was a killer game to see live yesterday. One thing, I am thankful for being able to go. And 2, I think we're in good shape with our division opponents. Green Bay is a good team, and we are a good team. And the thing is, too, Cap, the Browns lost. If the Ravens lose tonight, then we're all on the same thing. I mean, it's not the end of the world, people.
Yep. And the big thing too is we're so scared. We're afraid of success. Just sit and imagine, what if, let's say we've got 4 Super Bowls the previous 5 years we won. This is the team we've got after winning all those Super Bowls. We're 3-1. We just lost that game, and I guarantee people are like, "Oh man, tough luck for Evan. He'll make it. He's a rookie. We believe in him. He'll be good long term." It would be a completely different reaction. But we've got a segment that will say, because they know it's one person. Yeah. Everything, change one person, everything unlocks, and suddenly Burrow wants to throw to the deep pass, the deep routes that are available on the field that I'm watching live in the stadium that they're calling all the time, and we're not hitting. But whatever.
Exactly. Robert Fox, I think, talk about Evan, I think his misses were due to the wind because they were straight in to the last minute and they floated. Kick Fearson will be great. I didn't. Other people said that, and I'm like, I was there. It wasn't windy. I mean, if you look at the flag he hit, it wasn't blow. I mean, it was blowing, but not that much.
The flag wasn't moving. Yeah. I didn't feel any wind. I would have begged for some wind through my jacket, for crying out loud.
Yes.
I was a mess.
Ugh.
Please blow. I wish there were. Somebody said 15-mile-per-hour winds. I wish.
I didn't feel any. I know
I
you were
think you
because
just missed them.
yeah, before the game, I'm like, "What's up, Cap?" You're like, "Oh, hold on, I got everything super glued on. Don't hit me too hard." It's, oh, my bad. You're like, I'm sweating like crazy.
I was warm enough. I thought some of the stuff was going to melt off, and
Yeah, dude, I will be happy when we go in there and I'm not dying because if you watch any of the video blog, I'm zooming in, kind of give my comments of the game or whatever. My face is beet red. I am so hot. And dude, honestly, I was screaming my head off so much. I literally thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Like when I get done with these games, man, I feel like I've ran a marathon.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, I am wore the blank out.
Oh.
I've screamed, I've cheered, I've done everything I could for 3 hours.
I had a physical this morning, and Doc asked me if I had COVID because of how I sounded, how I looked. I'm like, no, it was a Bengals game.
We got Bengals fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the funnest part. I'll give Tony says PBS was rocking after Higgins' 2-point conversion was the loudest I've heard since '88 AFC Championship game. The jungle is back, baby. And I got to give a shout out to the fans that were there. We were loud, and there was not that many of us. There were more Packers fans than Bengals fans. That has got to stop. So any Bengal fan that sold his freaking ticket to a Packer fan, I got some words I'd like to say, but I'm not going to say it here.
Step one, we got to fill the stadium. We got to be loud. I think step two, be loud. I think we've got that. I saw a lot of people who, seriously, if you've got family, if you got dad who's older, hey, ask him to, I'm not asking for like strenuous.
Just
if you've
seen
my video
noise,
I'm not asking to pop a vein in your head, but just me
and Cap will take care of that part. We'll pop veins in our head.
I will die in PBS. I'm sorry.
I liked your tweet.
Just
you said
make
you thought you're going to.
some noise, and it's just going to be crazy. But number 3 now that we've perfected the first 2, don't try your hardest not to sell tickets to the opposing team. Browns are going to be a difficult one. Those little dirty, grubby, cocky little roots. Sorry, there are a couple good ones. I love the good ones.
I love the good ones. I got a couple good ones, but a lot of them, they're not.
Yeah, try to keep the tickets to Bengals fans. Thank you.
Exactly. Please. All right, Dustin. Thanks again for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Strawberry and Cap. What can be done about the NFL officiating? It's such an eyesore. It is completely harming the NFL. Browns got screwed as well. I've said this for years, and I don't understand. I don't know if it'll fix it, but I think it'll help. Why don't they make them full time? I've never. They make so much money, huh?
They're attorneys. So I have had deep financial dealings with a few referees in a previous life. They have joked to me about the job. They get paid a ton. They can't lose their job. It's cushy. It's fun. They get to be around players. They get to make friends that way. I didn't hear the professionalism that I thought I would hear. It was really disappointing. One of them happened to just recently officiated a 49ers Bengals game many, many years ago.
Really?
And had some comments about that. He was not too much of a fan of Cincinnati. And of course,
Nice.
I'm on a recorded phone call. I can't say a word, but my face was deep red. On the field, I've witnessed referees make fun of fans. Make fun, not respond because booing. Make fun of as if, how'd you like that one? And I'm like, how is this even legal? But I have made complaints to the NFL, and I've gotten basically an intern response saying, it's tough sometimes. I'm like, what is this? They don't know. They're going to protect their brand. I don't think they'll ever try to fix it because they need to be able to control those games when they can. They can't control them all. A team can outplay the officials, but you've got to be damn good to do it. And we're not there yet.
No,
You know, we can
we're
succumb
good.
to that. We're building that.
Yeah, we're getting.
But I
we're building
think,
there.
you know what? Let me review anything on the field. If I saw a penalty that wasn't called at a critical down, let me review it. You know, give me one per game of anything goes, and let the eye in the sky get more involved on everything. The Joe Mixon, I swear to God, Joe Mixon got that first down.
Uh-huh.
I went back and
Uh-huh.
watched that again.
Yeah.
How, if he didn't get that first down, they must have pushed that football down by his hip somehow. And because there's no way he didn't get that first down, the officials didn't even care. They're like, nope, here you go. Here's your ball. Do what you want. No attempt at all. And that was their call to do that. That was bullshit.
All right, Adam says, I'm just worried about Taylor's game scripting and play calling going forward. That is our weakness. Every team scripts their first 2 or 3 drives, and Taylor game scripts haven't been very good.
But if you listen to the players disagree. And I'm gonna trust
The players got his back, and that's you know.
And I'm not even saying got his back. I mean, they'll call out specific. Tyler Boyd called out some specifics, but you know, when I'm looking at the plays, yeah, okay. One of my pet peeves, for people who act like I don't have any, those little quick outs to the receiver. I get what they're meant for. Green Bay. Oh yeah, there you go. We get the little quick hitter to T. Higgins for 2 yards. And Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur go, oh my God, he's such a better coach. Kept going back to that same play, and we kept blowing it up and blowing it up and blowing it up. I absolutely loved it when they ran that because and some of the screens we'd sniff out, and they kept going back. If that was Zach Taylor, Bengals fans, why are you going back to it? It's not working. Come on, man, this guy sucks. So that's
a really good impersonation there of Bengals fans.
I'm looking at the plays, and I respect that somebody has the opinion that scripted plays are wrong. But I'm looking at this like, okay, we've got the 2 yards to Higgins. We got Burrow to Jamar Chase for 17 yards. Burrow up the middle for 17 yards. You know, we've got all this well, but then, you know, unfortunately, we've got penalties, we've got sacks, we've got tip balls.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody bitched at Andy. Oh, he's too short. He can't throw over the line. Well, Burrow's BD, you know, BDE Burrow,
right?
And he can throw over the line. He's got 2 tip balls that absolutely. And if you look back at the plays that they were tipped, oh God, he had it. Oh, that could have been some yak. And Jamar Chase is the yak man. That's what he was known for, and we're not taking advantage of that. So I don't have it. Go back through and look at the play-by-play, and then look at the mistakes that took away. I don't really have that much of a problem with that.
Exactly. All right, let's get to this quote here by Brad. Damn, I'm here late. Did anyone say anything about Devontae Adams' touchdown that possibly could have been overturned? No, nobody's talked about that, and I'm trying to figure out. I don't.
So I wondered about that in the stadium.
Did you? Okay, good.
So, but here's the thing. I didn't think it would be overturned because it was ruled a touchdown on the field, and to my understanding, when they reversed what they made an emphasis to make a catch easier to be a catch. I figured that's the way that they would go, because what happened was he came down with it and he tapped.
Mm-hmm.
But then as he was going to the ground.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah. Yes, I remember that now. Yes.
But from what I've heard and read, and people might even see and agree, they wanted to avoid that whole, you know, how long until after is it still part of the catch? So you don't have the Des Bryant stuff anymore and all this other. So I'm not mad about that. I expected that based on what I've heard about the rule interpretation.
Ken says, Yesterday's game sure was fun, or sure was good for the NFL, because I do feel people want to see our team play on the national level. We are fun to watch, and that's one thing. And that's a great point there. Every game we've played, we've been in it. We have played with every team. Good, bad, however you want to look at the teams we played. We've played with them, and they've been. There hasn't been a blowout yet. Now, I am waiting for the offense to start clicking. I will say that it would be nice to get off to a faster start. I would like that, and that could come to the scripts or whatever of Zach Taylor. But again, I'm not blaming Zach. I'm not blaming Joe. I'm not blaming anybody. The fact of the matter is, when the game is on the line, Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor have put the Bengals in position to win the game multiple times this year. It just didn't happen yesterday. It just didn't happen. It just the way it works out sometimes, and that's the best way I can say it. It just didn't happen. And you say, well, you have to make it happen. Sometimes you can't. Somebody's got to lose. I don't want to lose, but somebody has to. But that's where I heard guys on the radio here in Cincinnati going, "Oh, you can't take moral victories." Have you seen the team the last 5 freaking years? Yes. Absolutely, we can take moral victories.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for saying that.
Like,
Because
give me a
you know
break.
what? I'm going to take a moral victory, and I don't care who knows.
Right. I'm like,
We have seen absolute shit on the field. You better damn believe I'm going to take a moral victory. I'm not going to take
Aaron Rodgers.
16.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go 1 and 16 and take. Well, we had 16 moral victories.
Yeah.
No, but I'll take one here and there.
Right. Yes, exactly. We went toe
Quit
to
peeing on my
toe.
Wheaties.
We went toe to toe, blow for blow, with one of, if not the best quarterback in the damn league, quarterback wide receiver tandem in the damn league. If we kick a field goal, we win it.
Hey,
Absolutely take more victories.
Gitlo Hude is buttering me up in the chat. I just want to shout out. I appreciate you, man.
I love you, man. I love you.
Thank you.
Oh, this one is Ice. Hey, Ice Man. You have it, Jen and Cap. He's dropping nuggets. Tell Jeremy, watch out.
Can you see the eyelashes, Bat? Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness.
And here's the thing, like people call me Homer. People say that I want to defend. Hey, I'm gonna defend whoever's the head coach.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's not Zach. It's gonna be somebody else. You're gonna have to deal with me defending him too. But yes, I want to concentrate on the positive because I have to go to games. I don't care. I have to go. I want to go, but I also have to go. I am not going to sit there like a sourpuss every game. And my job is freaking hard. I get paid very well to do it, but my job is a mess. I can't deal with any more just drama and negativity. And
that's the thing. Cap, that's the reason I started doing this. I wanted to do it, since high school and didn't get a job, but I wanted to do it because I got sick and tired of the national media always going against us, and then our local guys. I mean, our local guys. It drives me nuts. They're always like, "Well, Zach Taylor did it again. Yeah, you got to take the play calling away from him." I'm like, "Give me a why?" And that's when I think that goes to the negativity for this fan base all the time. There's too many guys who have a microphone that are on a 50,000 watt radio station or whatever, and want to go negative because you know why? Negative sells. Oh, you know what? You're right. We got to fire Zach Taylor. We got to do this. We got to do that. Look at what happened last year. Look what happened the years before that. Look where we're at. We are 3-2 right now. All right? 3-2. Some national guys didn't pick us to win 4 freaking games this year. Okay? Let's enjoy what we have. And I said the same thing when the Reds got out to this great start. I said, I hope they make the playoffs. I don't know. Enjoy it. Cincinnati fans, enjoy this part, okay? We want to hurry up and jump to the negative way too much. And and it drives me. Why? Why do you want to be negative all the time? Why? We should have done this. Just enjoy the ride. Have fun. Be a fan. being a fan doesn't mean, well, we have this, everybody does the 12. What is the all 12 video or whatever it's called? Wow, everybody thinks they're coaches now. Quit trying to be a coach. You're not a coach. I'm not a coach.
No, hey,
that's not a coach. Be a
I'll
fan.
go against you. I would say pony up the extra money and get the all 22. And before you say, well, where Zach doesn't want to throw the ball down the field, go watch the all 22 and see how many guys are down the field asking for the football and not getting it.
Right.
And then come back and say, oh, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Zach. Maybe it's something else. Now, here's the thing. You can be a positive fan. You can not hate life and be angry, still have problems with the team. I can defend Zach Taylor. Zach can still get fired. That's the beauty for me of being a fan.
Right.
I don't have to make the decision.
Right.
People might hound me. Oh, see, your pretty boy Zach got fired. If it ever happens, which I hope it doesn't. I hope we win Super Bowls with him.
Right,
but
exactly.
Like, what's no skin off my teeth. Now, I like
Right.
the guy. I love his family. I think he's smart. I think he's very capable of winning. I think Bill Belichick got fired in Cleveland because he wasn't good enough for some reason.
Right.
I think the Steelers absolutely hated their offensive coordinator who just won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Right.
I feel like the Eagles might have run out some weirdo named Andy Reid because he wasn't good enough.
Well, the thing is,
It
too,
happens,
like,
but
everybody-
I don't have to make that decision. So I can be supportive. I can look at the tape, see, well, I don't see the same thing. I don't really have a problem with play calling as much other than maybe here or there. My major concern is execution, which
Yes.
could then also fall back on him.
Right.
All these things, we can also still write the team and express frustration. I have 13 seats that I can say, you know what? I am maybe not renewing next year unless I see X, Y, and Z.
Right.
That's powerful.
Exactly.
Like, they're not, trust me, all the bitching on Twitter, they're not paying attention.
Right.
Elizabeth Blackburn might see it here and there.
Right.
She's scrolling right on by. She
the-
doesn't care about that.
The funny
Unless
thing, too.
it's something that, like environment type thing to help you. But as far as so-and-so complain about play calling, you're not going to make a difference. Write a letter with solutions.
Mhm.
They listen to solutions. I guarantee you. I've had
Right.
conversations about things that I didn't like. They listen to solutions, not just random bitching. But also, Andrew, I still think 10 wins in playoffs.
Yeah.
The 3-2 is where I had them going to this. I didn't have the games the same way, but I had them losing Green Bay.
I did too. Actually, let me look. I'm pretty sure I had him losing the Green Bay too.
I
want to say is everybody always wants to hurry up and fire Zach Taylor. The thing is, if you fire the coach, you do realize you're starting all over again. And that doesn't necessarily mean that the players you have here are going to line up with the players that the new coach wants. And
will the new coach bring LSU's playbook over for Burrow? Maybe not.
Okay, here we go. Yes, I have us. Yeah, I did. I had us losing to Green Bay. So I have us. I had the Bears and the Steelers game. I had a flip flop. So I got us exactly where I think we're at. And if you look, I have us at 11-6. Now I know toward the end of the year everything's so crazy because of Kansas City. But hey, did you watch last night's game? I know our offense isn't clicking like Buffalo's, but by the time we get to Kansas City, it might be. You never know. We'll see.
And perfect. Yeah, you started your season the way I started mine. So we're exactly where I thought. Yeah. I mean, would fans feel better if we beat the Vikings, the Steelers, and the Jags by 30 points each? So we scored 50 each game. Would they feel better? Probably. But you know what? You don't get anything for point differential. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as you win. Once you win by 1, 2, 20 points, a win is a win. That's all. Yeah. That's all that really matters.
And they're learning. They're getting better. But you bring up the Chiefs. Perfect example. All hail Andy Reid. All hail Eric Bieniemy. The Patrick Mahomes. They have a losing record. Patty Mahomes can't stop turning over the football. He scored points for the other team.
All right.
Don't win football
this is a new
games,
comment
turn
here.
the ball over like that.
There's a new comment from Bengal
Bengal
Jamma?
Jam.
Bengal Jam. Selling for a 57-yard field goal instead of trying for a first down was gutless. What did you think when the Packers did the same thing? Just
Yeah,
curious.
when you got a kicker,
Serious.
they can make a 57-yarder.
Yeah, that's not gutless. That's going
No.
for it. Let's see here. Chief says, didn't the Chargers coach get fired? You mean the one they have now?
No, the previous.
The previous was
So-
last year. The guy with last year got fired. Yes. That's
Yeah.
what you're talking
So
about.
and the comparison would have been if we'd have fired Zach last year, which, by the way, Zach was not comfortable last year. He did not know that he would not get fired. And I will only stop there as to why I know this. So, yes, there was pressure on that man. No, he did not know that he until late. They were a little concerned, and he still coached the hell out of that team. Now, us firing a coach similar to the Chargers situation. Now, remember, Anthony Lynn struggled with Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Anthony Lynn had an established great defense, and I mean, he had a lot of pieces to start with and struggled. Now that Zach doesn't have the excuses, he's got pieces in place. If they then win 3 or 4 games this year, I wouldn't expect Zach back.
This is kind of cool. Ken said, how good it felt hearing guys at work telling me, hey, those Bengals are good, instead of laughing at me for being a lifelong Bengals fan in Tennessee. Absolutely. And
There you go.
that's what I said. The national narrative is starting to change, that they're like, hey, they're pretty good. So that's where it kind of is cracking me up. The national narrative is giving us more credit than our own damn fans are, to be honest.
Well said. That's a great point.
Like, I don't get it. You know? Let's go to Brandon here. Brandon, people complain about Zach's play calling, but wait until they get the line better. Bet his play calling looks a lot better. Lou got more pass rush, and all of a sudden, his scheme looked quite better. I'll agree with you, because I'll put my hand up. I was not a Lou fan. I'll put my hand up right there, because I was complaining about it. I didn't understand his scheme or anything, but it also helped that he got the players that understand it and are bought into it and want to do it. So, yes,
That's
I
a
agree.
great point, because Lou's calling the same plays.
Mm-hmm.
Lou's the same play caller that he was before. And I know some people that I've had sort of private conversations with who aren't bought in on Zach, but love Lou now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one that had a few problems with the defensive side yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But they thought Lou did a great job. And lo and behold, you're right. Lou got those extra pieces
Mhm.
that he needed on the line. Trenches, man. Trenches is where the money's at.
Exactly. And I mean, Jackson Carman didn't have a very good game yesterday. He's all right. He's a rookie. I mean,
Yep.
it's and that's the thing. Everybody has to kind of remember we're one of the youngest teams in football. We're a young team. We're learning. We're getting better. Yes, I do believe we can make the playoffs. And you get Joe Burrow in the playoffs, and this offense, I think this offense honestly is going to look completely different. We're in October. It's October. I think by December, this offense is going to look completely different. It's hopefully clicking on all cylinders, like I like to see. All right, Aquil. It's like some of our fans want us to lose, yeah, so they can feel better about themselves, feel smart. If you think you're a better coach, go into coaching and work your way up. Exactly, because
And
they're
here's
better.
the thing. I have taken Twitter analyst video to NFL coaches. I have heard NFL coaches laugh their asses off at the resulting analysis. I'm going to yell because I'm going to grab a book to show. And it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of a big deal. But I've had explanations. See if I can actually.
You gotta get in front of you, I think. There you go.
God, there's nothing. This camera's too good.
Yeah.
You see what that is. Maybe put the hand in front.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Yeah, the play. There you go. There you
No.
go. I can see it.
There we go. I sat and went through that game, the practice film, the actual game film. You know, had the guy that runs the rewind and fast
Mhm,
forward, for the players, and they're doing while Marvin Lewis is talking. And there's a lot that fans miss. There's a lot that Twitter analysts miss, and I think if anybody who's spending their free time analyzing film and commenting on things, especially, having the opinion that someone's play calling sucks, who's a head coach, I think they would love to be in the position of a head coach. And like he said, go for it. Put your resume out there or start coaching whatever level, work your way up. If you can do it better, absolutely, because that's a multi-million-dollar gig. Do it. I would do it in a
Exactly.
heartbeat, but I'm already making good money. I'm not saying it's $1 million, but the problem is it's easy to diagnose stuff from a couch. It's easy to come up.
Oh.
I love Bengal Sands because he's honest. He's like,
Yes.
I'm making my best guess.
Mhm.
This is what I see. This is what
Right.
I know. This is from my experience, but they could be doing something different.
Yeah, him and
know?
Coach Minnick, both of them, I think they do a really good job.
Yep.
All right, cool. It says the NFL is the most complicated sport in the history of sports. It was an entire world conquest into the fourth quarter, 5-star generals and elite special forces.
And even a captain every now and then.
And a strawberry. Let's see here. Let's go get low. Joe said it. You cannot get much from TV game video.
Yep.
Oh, you can't. I think it's you can watch stuff on video 100 times. You can't replace experience. You can't.
But even like, this is why I like the all 22, because so many fans had problems in that first game. Hi, Rebecca. Had problems.
That's my sister-in-law. That's Becky.
Oh,
Rebecca.
had problems with that first game because we weren't throwing deep. Well, again, okay, if I walk off screen, I'm running a route. Did I just stop here? I could be going. I could be out in the street right now. You don't know. You don't see me. It's like, people, come on. Those players don't just stop on the for a cup of tea on the bench. They kept going. Like,
you know what? You know what? I'm just glad you had pants on when you got up there.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot my blue shorts.
John says, do you guys still think Joe Burrow is trending in the right direction to become a top 5 quarterback? Any concerns? Yes, I think he's trending in the right direction, and I have absolutely no concerns whatsoever. I mean, it's not even trending. It's his. I'll put it this way, and I gotta give credit to Tony the Tiger. He put this on Facebook. Concerns about his competitiveness as far as he needs to slide. He needs to learn how to slide instead of diving for the first downs and going head first. That I'm concerned about. But is his overall getting better and being a top 5 quarterback? Absolutely not. I think he's right on the right track.
Well, I've seen that talked about on Twitter. I have not looked, but apparently we need to look at LSU tape and see his slide. Apparently that is not one of his strengths.
Yeah.
So there's a reason for that.
He does it. Yeah.
That they talked about. I need to go back and look at the tape.
Yeah.
I have no qualms about where he is, and I think Zach Taylor's presser today pretty much underlined that fact, because he said there are no issues with the turnovers. It was just, it's a bad throw. Like, sometimes you make a bad choice. It's a bad throw.
Right.
It wasn't something that Burrow tried to do and couldn't get done. It wasn't, like a limitation in his, biomechanically. It wasn't what he saw. He just didn't understand what he was looking at. It wasn't that. It was just, sometimes you make a bonehead play.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I love those. And that's another reason why I don't mind saying, hey, if Burrow doesn't cough it up twice, we win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Burrow will clean that up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably just chomping at the bit to get back on the field to not do that again.
Well, just like Rob says here, he said Burrow is still a rookie. He's only in his 15th game played. I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what everybody has to remember.
Yep.
Jacob, I guess he's coming on here late, says Zach Taylor needs to stop calling the plays. All right, Jacob.
How? Why?
Yes. Why? And who?
Change
Is
the
Brian
what play
Callahan?
calls?
I just want to know: should Brian Callahan call him, and why should Brian Callahan call him? What has Brian Callahan done that you know of that you know he's going to be a better play caller than Zach is? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right. I'm just curious. I want to know. Everybody says that Zach needs to stop calling the plays. Okay, why? Who's better? You know,
And I want to know even more, like what play calls would you swap out? Like, you know, the 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 5 run. You know, would you rather do double right 3-jet Cougar
right,
Z under?
Jacob says Tony Pike agrees with him. Tony Pike doesn't like Zach Taylor. Pike,
yeah.
Look, I love Tony Pike. But God, if it's anything with the Bengals, he's completely negative. If it's anything with UC, which by the way, UC is 3rd in the country, just want to put that out there. He's all for UC. He's always so negative for the Bengals. And he drives me nuts. I know Tony Pike agrees with you. Yes, I've heard that, but Tony Pike hasn't given me a reason. He said he had Brian Callahan do it. Why? He never said why. Okay,
and,
cool.
Hey, like, I think we should go.
I think
when should we be calling Trips Right 83 captain?
I mean, I think Frank Pollock should call
83 wide Bronco. Hey, how about that play?
How about we have Frank Pollock call the plays? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Joe Burrow should be the QB and head coach.
He is. That's the thing. People would be mad if they understood how much of this is Joe Burrow.
Oh my
God.
God.
People would lose their minds. All the stuff would be empty. People are like, oh my God, we can't run empty so much. Joe wants to run empty. That's Joe wanting to run empty.
Okay. Jacob, you literally just listened to Tony Pike and you're quoting everything he said. He literally said this on his radio station, a radio show today. I know. I know. He was at UC for 1 year on a god-awful team with a god-awful coach. Yes, you are correct. They only average 20 points a game at University of Cincinnati. By God, he should not call the plays. Please, thank you for watching. I'm glad you're here. Please make your own comments and your own mind up. Don't quote exactly what Tony Pike said on his radio show earlier today, please.
And that's huge because you take one person that played football who, I'm sorry, I don't understand why somebody who played and talks about football, like, go be a coach somewhere. I would die to be a coach. And again, like, that's not directed to Tony Pike. Like, Tony Pike as a dude and how he cares about people. I've been impressed with Tony Pike for other reasons.
Yeah, no, I like Tony Pike.
But the football opinions, like, some people are just set in their ways. He's one of those guys that I can't find any value because when I listen to other people, hell, Bengal Sands and Coach Minnick have taught me when they say they would do something differently, they give the specific solution and they teach people why. Tony Pike's not going to be that guy. So,
Tony Pike is, and I love Tony Pike. This is nothing against Tony Pike, but him and Mo Egger, it's like they get together and it's just negative. It's like, oh my! Sometimes I have to turn it off because I can't take it. I get so tired of listening to it.
I love Mo too.
Yeah,
once I learn to appreciate what they're going to be and what their, I don't want to say shtick, but kind of shtick. Trust me, their fan base would lose their minds if they changed.
Oh yeah,
they've got to be what they've got to be.
They got to be what they got to be. I understand.
I'm just not going to listen.
Yeah, I just can't.
All the time.
I listen, and that's what drives me nuts. They're the only guys to listen to around here, except for Lance. And Lance is actually getting ready to. Actually, he's on right now when we're on. But I love Lance. And Lance, one thing I love about Lance is Lance, he'll go from one side or the other. He doesn't always go negative. He doesn't always go positive. He's kind of like right down the middle, and that's what I like about him. Anyway, I want some dinner. Do you want some dinner? It's about 6:30.
But hey, the 20 points a game though. Hey, look at what Bill Belichick did in Cleveland. Man, I'm glad they fired him.
Right.
I mean, exactly. It's not like anybody can ever change.
Let's see here. Let's get to this one here. Quill, Joe has as much power in the Bengals organization as Zach Taylor. He has as much power on the field. Burrow and Zach are a duo, not one dictating to the other. That's exactly, and that's what you want. I mean, honestly, for the teams who win Super Bowls, what do they have in common? Most of the time they win multiple ones. They have a great coach quarterback combination who work together. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. They split up, whatever. They worked great together for almost 20 years, So I mean, those are the things. That's what you want. You want to have a very good to great quarterback coach relationship, and I think they do. And they bounce stuff off each other. And Zach and Joe even said this, that they can, and even Jamar said this, that they can bring stuff up during the game. Hey, this is what's happened. He's doing this to me. Let's try this, and they're open to it. It's communication. That's what they have there. Go ahead, Cap.
If Joe Burrow hated what Zach was doing, Joe would tell him and look for a change. They have that type of communication. So all the stuff that some fans are just crying about, Joe Burrow doesn't mind it. I'm going to side with Joe Burrow against Rando fan or Joe Burrow. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow.
And Cool says, I would use Mixon and Evans to open up the middle of the field by pulling the linebackers out.
So you know what? He says something interesting here. And for me, people talk about play calling, and then I go through the plays called, and I'm like, well, really, there's not a whole lot of issue with these plays that are called. It's just execution. If I'm going to not complain, but like if I was sitting down with Zach, I'm going to say, Zach, I play a lot of Madden football. And EA Sports teaches me that I need to attack all three levels of the field. So I will straight face tell the man, why in this particular did we not have an outlet for Joe? Or why can we not get Joe? Yeah, I would literally like Zach, let me tell you what I do on the sticks. I literally will change everybody's route.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do that?
Right.
That would be so in just play design.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have the wide receivers to get open. And I think when they don't get open, that is a lack of execution. And Tyler Boyd alluded to that today. And I appreciate him for owning up to that, because I do believe that they can clean that up and we'll see night and day difference.
Absolutely.
But if they can't, that is on the guys scheming to make sure that they draw up plays. Like we're seeing a little bit more with some of the rollouts with Joe, some of the misdirection.
Yeah.
Get the defense moving and win.
I'm glad you brought that up because people are complaining about that. Well, why don't we roll them out? Why don't we do this? They are now. I mean, that's where everybody complains about stuff, and then they do it, and then they complain about something else. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take this. I just get so tired of it because it's like you complain. They do this, they complain. You do that, they complain. It's like you guys just want to complain sometimes. All right, Quill says, if you're going to complain, at least say what you'd like to see instead of just saying do something different. Yeah. If you're just complaining, you're sinking the Bengals ship. Give some feedback at least.
So I want to see more screens. I don't want to see those.
I don't think he's talking to you, Cap.
Those little quick hitters to the receivers. It's just such a. I feel like it's. If I looked at the data, I have a feeling, and I hate saying data and feeling because you got to look, and too many fans accuse this and that without looking at the actual data and find out, oh, it's really not that way, even though I felt that way. I feel like there's very low reward on those. I want to see more slants, like if it's 3rd and 4, I want to see a route at 4 yards, at 6 yards, at 8 yards sometimes. Don't send anybody down the field. I don't see a go let's sometimes just dink and dunk if we can. So, it's a little play calling, it's a little play design. I'm not saying that I like every single thing.
No, nobody's going to like every single thing.
What was the one? It was a run. I think it was a run. And Pirine rattled off 9 yards, maybe.
Yeah.
And I saw it set up. I'm like, oh, this sucks. And he handed off like, this is not good. And then he kept
And
running. I'm
whoop,
like, oh, that was a great play.
that was
I knew it the whole
awesome.
time.
Greatest call ever.
I loved it.
It's
I
like,
totally loved it.
it's like no,
Because I
no.
don't.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. I did that. And I'm
Right.
like, oh, and that's it. Hey, if it works, everybody loves it.
Right.
If we execute, everyone will love it.
Exactly. All right, Andrew said this is my last question. But do you trust Deontay Smith at guard if Carmen can't go because of COVID?
I hope.
Yes, I trust Frank Pollock. I'll put it that way because Frank Pollock was singing the praises of Deontay Smith all training camp. There was a point that I thought maybe Deontay Smith might get the start, might jump Jackson Cartman. So yes, I think Deontay Smith is. I don't know if he's going to do awesome. I have no idea. But I am confident he will do good enough against the Lions to help us get the win. And I know somebody said, I think Natty said it here in the chat, that we can't sleep on the Lions, which he's exactly right. And this thing is Bengals fans. If we don't blow the Lions out, don't get upset because there's a very good chance we might not because that team hasn't won a game yet. They are very desperate for a win. Their coach is crying. Yeah, their coach is crying because he wants to win so bad. Okay. That team, that team scares me. I mean, God forbid we go in there and lose. I don't think we're going to, but I don't think we're going to blow them out either. That's just the way things are going.
Jacob was talking about the Bills. We have better weapons than the Bills, and you know what? You could be right, but Josh Allen has 2 interceptions. That's it. Mm-hmm. Did you see some of the throws Josh Allen was making?
Oh, they were ridiculous.
He hurdled a dude.
Yeah.
Josh Allen hurdled a dude. The dude is mobile. The dude is a rushing quarterback.
Well, and the thing is, too, remember 2 years ago, Josh Allen might be a bust.
Oh, yeah.
He might be an NFL MVP this year.
Yeah. So, if you take away 4 of Joe Burrow's interceptions to match Josh Allen, we're undefeated right now.
Yeah.
Right there.
Exactly. That's what we have. And that, to me, the way Josh Allen is playing, that's what we have to look forward to with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a runner. I mean, he can run. He's not going to run like Josh Allen. He's not as big or strong as Josh Allen, but throwing the ball and the way that offense is, that's what we have to look forward to. And I'm still holding out hope. I think by the end of this year, our offense is going to get going because I keep wanting to preface this. Joe Burrow is in his 15th game. I think he's played 15. I think so. It's maybe almost a full season. The offensive line, you have a rookie guard. Now you might have another rookie guard in there. You have a rookie wide receiver. You have a second-year wide receiver. They're all young. They're all trying to learn this together. Once they figure it all out, we're going to be really, really, really good. You got to go through growing pains. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Sam brings up a good point, too. Josh Allen throws the ball 100 yards in the air. Josh Allen's got a stronger arm. I mean,
by far. Oh, yeah.
Burrow does not have a weak arm. Sick
but not Josh Allen arm.
That said that. But, you can do – dude, last night Patrick Mahomes was running backwards. He, ran backwards 9 yards and still completed a throw to Josh Gordon in the middle of the field who was covered by 2 defenders. I'm like, what the – that's not a Burrow throw. And that's okay. Burrow doesn't have to make that throw. I don't want Burrow trying that throw. But you're going to get – Herbert's got that big arm. Allen's got that big arm. Mahomes got that big arm. You know what? We went with the big arm. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We went with the big arm, big enough arm, and the intelligence and the cojones. We went with the swagger and that killer instinct that Joe Burrow has. He is a smart guy. And I can't remember the company that had the it's not intelligence testing, but they did figure out a way to time, progressions and everything else to get a little bit of cerebral. And Burrow was one of the top they'd ever tested. That's what we got. We got that field general who can bring home Super Bowls. So I'm not mad that he can't chuck it 100 yards in the air. And I know Sam's not mad either. But you know what? When we're looking at some of these teams and the way they're winning, well, number one, they're not turning the ball over as much. Give me the first the pick six against the Bears. He had a pick six, right, against the Bears, the first one.
Yes.
Give me that back. We beat the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
One throw. Take the other ones.
That's the thing. One throw. One kick here. One kick here. We're undefeated.
Yeah, the crazy deep ball, the first pick he had yesterday.
Oh.
That was just Brett Favre, if I've ever seen Brett Favre, just checking it out. Could have done better, could have done way better, but we could have scored on that drive. We were rolling, and take that away. There we go.
Exactly.
Hell, take away, even though the Packers didn't score on the second one, you take that away, and I guarantee in the huddle he said, "This is where we win it." And then, damn, first shit.
Right, exactly. All right, man. It's almost 7 o'clock. We've gone for almost an hour and a half, one of our longest shows ever. I want to get the hell out of here. I'm going to watch some Monday Night Football, go watch the Ratbirds, hopefully lose. That would be nice. And if they lose, guess what? We're still in first place.
Go Colts.
Go Colts. All right, Cap. Appreciate you, bro. See you. Want to do it again next Monday?
Thank you. Yes, sir. After a win. Who day?
Who day, bro? Take it easy. Who day? All right, guys. That was fun. I love having my boy Cap on here. He always brings the energy, and he brings a lot of good comments and stuff like that. And like I said, everybody just relax. I think we lost a game. One game. Like Cap just said, one throwaway we'll take one interception away in Chicago, we win that game. Evan McPherson makes one of these kicks, we win that. We're undefeated. Relax. But yeah, you got a young team. We're going to be really, really good. All right, guys, that gives me to my Facebook groups that let me live streaming. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. Give them a shout out. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Cincinnati Reds riding third, heading for home, Bearcat Ruckus, Bearcat Country, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trunapole. TikTok is at Iceman90. Now, I did have some people ask me Sunday at the game, where can I get some Jackpot Joey stuff? So I'll put this up there. If you're looking for it, go to jackpotjoey9.com. You got hats, shirts, all that stuff. And portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Foundation. So if you guys want the new orange hat that I got on, or the black one, or an orange shirt, or the towels, or any of that stuff, go there and check it out. We would greatly appreciate it. I'll be pulling off the sound later on tonight, putting on the podcast. You can check it out on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, review, give me a 5-star review so more people can find it. Leave a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. I would greatly appreciate it. YouTubers, we're at 1,390. Was it 97? I can't read my own handwriting here. Hold on, what is it? 90. Hold on. Live TV, baby. 391. Okay, 1,391. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for, if you saw me Sunday, you came up and said, hey, you like my podcast? I appreciate it. It was fun. Yesterday was fun. They lost. We're not going to win all of them. We're getting there. We're getting better. We went toe-to-toe with the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. That close, baby. That close. And other than that, as my boy, Jeremy Dimebag D's Nuts likes to say, remember one thing and one thing only, and that is you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati, so act like it. Houday, the Bearcats are 3 in the country. Number 3, the Bengals, as of right now, are still in first place if the Ratbirds lose tonight. Relax. Aaron Rodgers says, relax. It'll be okay. I think we're going to the playoffs. Still say it. We'll see what happens. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Let's go. it's gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle drippin' heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who day, time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Who day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle drippin'. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feastin' now. Fit the pounds, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move dancing on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange,